Hi, welcome to our Arctic Awareness Project. What we are trying to do is spread awareness about the effects of global warming on the Arctic. But before we do that, we must define what the Arctic is. So, what is it? The Arctic is the northernmost area of the Earth. The Arctic Circle includes parts of Canada, the United States, and Russia. It is known for its cold temperatures and harsh environments. The Arctic is home to many ecosystems full of many different organisms. This includes polar bears, caribous, some plants, and many more, which have almost all adapted to the Arctic environment. Also, a lot of indigenous people have adapted to living in such an environment, such as the Inuit. So, what is the main problem that we have within the Arctic? The problem is that the Arctic is warming up twice as fast and melting due to global warming.
The main cause to this problem is greenhouse gases trapping heat in the atmosphere, which in turn increases the temperatures all across the planet. This is mainly caused by human activities. Oil production, coal mining, deforestation, and many others all release greenhouse gases. The Arctic is home to land that remains frozen throughout the year, which is called permafrost. As time goes on, as a result of global warming, more and more of these pieces of land, which have been frozen for years, have begun to melt. As you can see in the image, the amount of sea ice in 2016 is substantially less than during 1978. Many of the areas in the Arctic Circle have experienced damage to infrastructure as a result of ice melting, including Russia, Alaska, Canada, and it costs millions in damages every year. Why should we care about the Arctic rather than any other location? The Arctic is full of permafrost, with subsea permafrost having an estimated 560 gigatons of carbon. This is because of the dead plants and animals which have been frozen for thousands of years. As global temperatures begin to increase, more and more of the permafrost begins to melt, which would cause the carbon in the permafrost to release as greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. This means that global warming would gradually speed up as the more permafrost melts. The more greenhouse gases are released, which would cause the temperatures to increase even further.
As the ice in the Arctic has begun to melt, it has affected the local ecosystem astronomically, especially during the summer. Polar bears depend on the ice to hunt for food, but now since there is less ice, there are more trapped, drowning, or starving bears. Some seals depend on ice to survive and give birth. Many more animals are dependent on the ice, which causes many of these animals to be threatened. Also, many fish who prefer colder water have started to migrate north to avoid the warming waters. The Arctic melting has begun to cause the sea levels to rise. This is because the heat melts the glaciers and ice caps into water, and the water expands when it's heated. Rising sea levels causes a lot of problems such as coastal erosion forcing people to move to higher elevations or move inland, changes in climate such as increased flooding, salinization of soil ruining agriculture, and loss of habitat for several animals such as fish and birds.
Many fish and other animals such as shellfish depend on coastal wetlands. They are used for shelter from predators and sometimes as nursing grounds. As the sea levels rise, coastal wetlands and marshes are pushed further inwards. Many man-made structures such as seawalls cause the coastal wetlands to disappear completely as sea levels rise. This is threatening the animals that depend on the wetlands to survive. Tell everyone you know about this problem. The more people who know about these issues, the more likely they will get resolved in the near future. You can also donate to many different organizations. One is the Ocean Conservancy. They want to protect the Arctic by trying to prevent offshore Arctic drilling, and as it can ruin the Arctic environment, especially if there was an oil spill. There's another organization called the National Resources Defense Council. They plan on working with indigenous leaders and the Biden administration to protect the Arctic. Another organization is called Protect the Arctic. They are currently encouraging people to email and tweet at senators and representatives. They're trying to reverse the 2017 Tax Act, which released Arctic refuge land for oil and gas development. If you want to learn more, you can check out our website or look at our bibliography, which shows all the resources we use for both the website and this video. Thanks for watching.